Hello friends, welcome to C Sharp programming. In this video, I will teach you about what is preprocessor directives in C Sharp. So preprocessor directive is used for creating conditional compilation. So what is meant by conditional compilation is, for example, when we create a program, before execution, we used to compile the code and after that it will generate the intermediate code, right? So before compiling any code in C Sharp program, we can write some conditions, and based on the condition we can control which part of the code should be compiled. So it means conditional compilation. So what is advantage is it will save time. Suppose assume that you want to download a file. Suppose assume that there is no internet connection. So if the internet connection is not available, there is no need to compile that particular logic. The entire logic no need to compile, because all the logic is depends on the internet connection. Similarly, you are trying to access a database and assume that database connection is not there or some problem in the database connection. So based on some conditions, we can allow compilation or we can stop the compilation. Only that particular condition is becomes true, we can enable the compilation. So how to write a preprocessor directive? So to write preprocessor directive, we have to start with the hash symbol, and before writing any C sharp program code, you have to start writing the preprocessor directive code. So for example, hash, then followed by, we can write the directives. There are so many types of directives. So these are the different types of preprocessor directives in C sharp. So first, basic preprocessor directive is if condition. So using hash if, we can check a particular symbol is defined or not, a particular condition is active or not, and corresponding end if for closing this if. So how to write if preprocessor expression, then the part of code you want to compile based on this preprocessor expression evaluated true or false. So and you have to close the if condition using end if. Here we can also use else statement, and we can also use elif. If you want to check multiple condition, if you want to check, we can write elif similar to else if. Elif is similar to else if, and we can check multiple conditions. So using this preprocessor directive, we can decide whether to compile the code or not to compile the code. So that is the advantage of preprocessor directive. So here, to create some symbol, we can use define, hash define. If you want to undefine the symbol, we can use hash undefine. And if you want to generate any warning message, we can use hash warning. And if you want to generate error message, we can generate using hash error. So let us see one example how we can use this if else preprocessor directive to check a particular symbol expression, and based on the expression we can decide whether to compile or not. So for example, here I have a C sharp program. So in this C sharp program, I am going to define a symbol. For example, using hash define, the symbol is called network. Assume that this network symbol will be having a, this network symbol is, now it is defined. Why it is defined? Since I have an internet connection, now it is defined. The network symbol is defined. Sometimes it may not be defined. Okay. So if this network symbol is available in this particular code, now we can check. For example, in the main program, we can check if this network symbol is available. We can execute, we can compile the necessary coding, the network related logic we can compile. So for that, we can execute like this: hash if, we have to use hash if, and we can take the symbol, we can check whether that symbol is defined or not. If it is defined, here we can write the logic, and this logic, all the logic will be executed here. Okay. So for example, print something, for example, console dot write line. So now the network is active. So we can execute logic related to network. Logic related to network can be compiled. Okay. So we can, whatever logic we are keeping inside here, that those logics will be compiled successfully. So we can also write else, hash else. So hash else is used for taking another decision. Suppose if the network is not defined in this particular code, assume that network is not available, this network symbol is not created. Okay, so in that case we have to show another message, right? So we can say that network available, followed by, we can close this by using hash end if, closing the hash if directive. So if you if you open hash if, you have to close it, right? So how it is working, I'll show you the output. We'll execute this program. So you have to save this program and click execute. So now here you can see the output look like this. Network active, logic related to network can be compiled. So we can take the decision. So okay, network is available, so we can compile those coding which is related to network. Suppose if the network is not defined. So not defined, you can use not operator. Here you can put negation operator, so that we are checking if the network is not available. Okay, so what will happen is, so this statement will not be compiled. So instead of this statement will be compiled. Now when I run again, now look at this, we are getting a output network not available, right? So if it is not defined, we can avoid the code, avoid the compilation of the network related logic, and we can show the error message. Okay, so the not checking you can do like this way also. And one more way is, instead of this define, we can use undefined, undef. So when you use undef, it means that network status is not active. Okay, not defined. So in this case also you will be getting the error message, right? So the output will be network not available. It means this particular code, this particular section is not compiled. This particular section is compiled, right? So using preprocessor directive, we can control which part of the code should be compiled or which part of the code should not be compiled. Okay, so one more thing is, we can also generate warning message, we can also generate error message. For example, look at this. Instead of this console.write line, we can say that hash warning, then followed by network not available. No need of string, just you can put like this. So if the network is not defined, we can generate a warning message. So now save this program and execute this. Now in the output there is no response. Why? Because there is an error. The error is actually a warning message. So warning message you can see in the status bar, in the error list. You can see that in the error list, here you can see that warning message, network not available, right? So you can generate a warning also you can generate error. So to generate error, instead of this warning, you can give error. So when you apply error, compiler will generate this as an error message, since this particular network is not active, not defined, it is undefined, right? So network is not defined, so it will generate error, network not available. So when I run the program, it won't compile. So here you can see there is a error. The error will be displayed in the error list. So you can see the error, network not available here. What you have to understand is, hash error and hash warning is used to generate error messages, user defined error messages according to the decision, right? So that's all about preprocessor directive. So thank you.